I am making holiday homework stuff for my nephew, and I have to make like an aquarium thingy out of waste stuff. Why do I care so much about things? I mean, I know I can like delay stuff. There is nobody stopping me. It's just like, I know I'm just talking without any context. No one really cares if I skip a post. You know what I mean? But then I care a lot about it. It's been 4 days. It's like a whole big mess. So it's been 4 days since I stopped painting the Pantone paintings on Saturday. So today is Wednesday. On Saturday I was supposed to paint the last parts of the Pantone painting, but so I was like, okay, let me take down everything and we will clean everything. And I cleaned everything with them on Saturday, and on Sunday also I had to do like some sort of cleaning. I was super tired. No editing that day, and with all that mess I forgot that I had to post a video on Sunday. That gave me like a guilt trip. And then I thought like, okay, it's okay, I can post it on Monday. Like nobody is going to tell me that I didn't post on Sunday. So I was like, okay, you can post on Sunday, on Monday. But on Monday and on Tuesday, I had to help my nephew. You know, you saw that. And it took some time, okay? I mean, it's not like I am wasting the other time that I have. It's just, I don't know. Because I was stressing out too much. When there's like so many things going on, I always stress out a lot. I'm just like babbling. By the way, one of the things that stressed me out was that I was supposed to go watch the F1 movie today. That's why I'm dressed. I am going right now. So I got an opportunity to take a workshop thing next to weekend, like 12th of July.
I did listen.
겨울이 오길 기다리는 아이처럼 내 맘에 널 그려 포근했던 나의 온기 눈을 닮아서
सुबह से टेप नहीं लगी मुंह पे हमारे.
Running up in my heart 우리
length is fine. I don't like this length. And in the past, when I don't like something, I just do it myself. And I'm kind of thinking bangs. I mean, not totally short bangs, though I've done that too once or twice, but something just to like, okay, so we go from here like this. Okay, I think so. See, like all the hair just cut off here, and it's not doing the thing that I really wanted to do. It's not falling properly. Looking, I think this is what we're looking for. It's a triangle. Okay. So first I'm just going to cut like this much. I was like thinking, I haven't done this in a while. I do like my hair like this. Okay. See, now when I do like the center part, it doesn't look too weird. Earlier I was looking like, you know, that character from 1920, the one who is like the 1920, the Hindi horror film, the one who is the ghost. I was looking like that.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Now you can save £50 per person. That's £200 for a family of 4. I've been saying this non-stop in my head for the longest time, like since I've heard this audio on Reels. I can't help myself. Anyway, hi guys, welcome back. It's been a while. I did not post last week because I had not finished a video to post. So, I want to talk about the movies I watched since I was away from YouTube. I did watch quite a few good movies, and I've been excited to talk about it with you guys. So, the first one I watched was Under Paris, and it was a shark movie, just another shark movie, but it had been quite some time since I watched a shark film, and it was kind of cool watching it after so long. And I think I don't even remember which was the last film I watched with sharks. There are a few elements in the film that were very intriguing, and the theory of the shark evolving with time was interesting. And I also went out to watch The Materialists, and I really was happy that they talked about the math that people go through while finding their life partners and somebody to marry and all that stuff. And it was good talking about how money and height and everything in people is what they actually talk about when they're looking for a person to spend their life with. And I had fun watching the movie. it was a great experience. And I also went and watched the F1 movie. I watched it in 4DX, and it was the hardest time eating my popcorn while watching it in 4DX. But I mean, F1, you guys know I love F1, and the film was good, but there were like some things that I knew were not accurate, but still, it was very realistic, and I had so much fun. And I had fun that people who don't watch F1 also enjoyed it. Then I also went and watched Mission Impossible The Last Ride. I had not watched the last movie, but I kind of got it. And it was fun. And I really liked how they were like taking time to showcase everything. Otherwise, I've seen like movies really cut to different parts and different moments of the storyline just like that, and you don't get to connect with the character that much. So, now for Netflix again, I did watch this another movie called The Wonder. It is based in the olden times, and we follow like a nurse who is, I think so, Irish or English, and she goes to Ireland or she is in England. I don't know, something in that region. And she is told to investigate and study a girl who had not eaten in 6 months and was still alive because the girl believed that she was consuming the heavenly manna. Like, what? And there were some theories, and then we get to know like how people can go to huge lengths to hide the truth. It was intriguing movie, a little bit on the slower side, so if you are into fast-paced movies, it might be not for you. Then I watched the Knives Out film. I watched the Knives Out Glass Onion a few weeks ago, and this was the other one, Knives Out, and it follows the death of a book publisher, I think so, and he's pretty old, and then there's like he writes like mystery novels or something. It's a classic whodunit, and my crazy brain had already figured out like in first half an hour like who did it. Sometimes I do be like that and guess the killer, and it's usually right, and then the film kind of sounds a little bland, but I did like the mysteries and the complex storylines that they were trying to portray in the film. Then I watched the K drama Lovely Runner. I started the K drama actually, first episode. It was kind of like a started as like a teenage, I don't know, middle, like girl in her 20s who is obsessed with a K-pop idol who turns out was her like in her school or something, and he saves her life at one point, and then after like when he's become famous, she discovers he has depression, and then she somehow goes back in time. I mean, it was a little bit too romantic for me. Like, I don't know, earlier I do like K dramas that have romance. One of my favorites has been Business Proposal, and Hometown Cha 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 is something I love a lot. But this was like, I know people have loved this show, but I could not get past the first episode, and I did not watch it further. I also have been watching MasterChef Australia. As you guys already know, I'm going to be watching it since till the show ends. Anyway, other than that, I did watch the film Kiss the Girls. It was the 1997 film with Morgan Freeman, and these days I've been thinking of watching more 90s thrillers. I don't know. I feel like the 90s thrillers always hit the mark with the nostalgia and the like how they capture the feeling of how a story should be told with the perspective of serial killers and thrillers, and even like movies like Basic Instinct, where you are trying to figure out if how things like went. And there is like these intense scenes that have become iconic part of the film world now. And I think so it was great to experience that. And there are so many films I have not yet seen, so I was thinking maybe I can keep watching the older films and have so much fun by myself watching these films, because uh, everybody is like always trying to watch the new film that comes out. Even I sometimes would do that, and I had at a point added so many things on my Netflix watch list. I still do have a lot of things on my Netflix watch list that I might or might not watch. I sometimes do feel a sense of commitment because I did put it in my watch list, but these days I'm trying to unlearn that and think that my time has enough value to not watch every Netflix original series that comes out that does not have a second season and is not up to the mark, you know. And Netflix does a lot of stuff like that. Though I do have lists on Hotstar, uh, Disney Plus, and on Amazon Prime too, so I will figure out how I'm going to go through all these films. I did save quite a few of them. Next one I watched was a Spanish film called Phenomena. It follows a group of women and a priest who are like part of a group who does like these psychic readings and follows like these places that have been infested with evil beings or whatever. And I think the story was intriguing, and there were like some parts that were clearly horror based. I mean, I there are only a few times I've gotten scared in films, but this was not it for me. I think so the last, like some parts of it with the possession and everything, was kind of like a little out of place. I felt like I could not really connect to the characters and the storyline. Like, they're talking about this thing that happened in the past, but we never see a glimpse of it. And it's just like, is something a something someone says, you know? And since you have not experienced it along with the actor, it feels a little distant. Then I watched this another Spanish film. I don't know why I watched two Spanish films. This one was Skins, and it was the most bizarre and surreal film I've seen that had me questioning so many things. And I was talking about different topics that were really heavy, with the visuals and the cinematography of everything being so pastel and beautiful. But it's like in this pastel and beautiful world, there are people with so much body dysmorphia that it kind of leaves you questioning that how, like, you see stuff from their perspective. And this is like extreme cases of body dysmorphia. Like, there is a girl who does not have eyes and her eyes are shut, and like there are only lids, it just doesn't open. It's just weird. There is a bunch of nudity and mature scenes in this film, so I would prefer if you guys see it at your own discretion. And it is a bit intriguing, and it really talks about the different standards of body that people have, like society has made for everybody, and how if you're different, you're either shunned or made fun of, or sometimes you are a little bit comfortable in your own skin, and then the person that you are trying to be with is not seeing you like how you see yourself. It's pretty intriguing about talking about such dark topics, and how like some people might think that they would want something, but it's not really. Like, does the final resting place for all these characters should be sadness, gloom, or death? Or do they deserve happiness? Because we see both aspects. We're following different characters with different sorts of body dysmorphia and how the world sees them. It's like pretty intriguing, surreal. It is, I don't know, comedy, horror. It's just weird film, so I would recommend it. It's pretty slow, and you have to really think about it. Leaves you asking many questions rather than giving you solutions. It's just like is kind of a mirror to the society at an extreme level. um Next, I watched this film called A Love Song. It was an indie film, and it clearly follows like this woman who is waiting for somebody to arrive, somebody she met when she was a little girl, somebody she used to hang out with. She doesn't know if they will come to campsite number 7, and we're there with her waiting, watching the lake, the sunrise, the sunset, the stars, everything. And it's like a slow kind of wait, and it's like through her story you kind of get to know the beauty of life rather than what you want, what and how you want the other person to be. It's just like is such a special story with a very slow themed. It's beautiful actually. It is like still pretty slow film, and I kind of love watching slow films. I feel like it kind of gives you that moment of silence to just absorb what you're watching rather than having things go off, bombs going off every 2 minutes. I do enjoy those films too, but those are like a quick dopamine solution, I think so. And these are like a slow burn kind of things. So yeah, I did watch this film, and these are like all the films I watched. Now, let's talk about a few of the books I read. I did not read quite many books that I hoped I would have. I finished the book Bite of Vengeance from the Shadows of War series, and this was the third book. As you guys know, I had been reading it for quite some time, and I feel like this book was giving more legacies, you know, that Vampire Diaries spin off, I don't know. And it was like a little haphazard finishing to the first two books that were pretty amazing. I felt like I just dragged myself through this whole book and just trying to finish it because I did not want to DNF it. I was already like at 75%. Then I read the next two books in the Saint of Steel book series, and that was Paladin's Strength and Paladin's Hope. And I did like that these books follow the stories of Istvan and Galen respectively in both the books, and it just like is so intriguing and interesting, the storyline that is going on with them. And then there is this another supernatural murder mystery thing that's going on, and there is like a puzzle thing, I don't know, it's just like so intriguing and everything. And since it was like a high fantasy and I had a little bit of a doubt with myself that I would be able to understand it or not, I was pretty engaged in both the books. And right now I'm actually reading the fourth book that came out, Paladin's Faith. Yes. So that's the last book, and I'm very excited to finish it, though I have not been reading it for a few days now. The next book I read was Rewinded Back, the last book in the Windy City series, and I am not a huge fan of second chance romance, as you guys already know. And this one was just so beautifully written. I feel like Liz Tomford has been writing amazing books with this whole Windy City series. I enjoyed all the books. Like, I just spent 2 days listening to this and I just finished it like that. I mean, the story and like the relationship with the characters from the older books and everything is something that just like keeps me engaged more. That was the same like for the Legacy of God series by Rena Kent. That just like I like the relationship with the characters and everything. So this was a great book. One book that I started reading and had been a favorite of many people and I did not finish it was The Kill Switch. I know people love this book, but with the amount of time I had to drag through with the first two books of Devil's Night series, I could not. I mean, I could not be excited for anything in this book. And I was pretty confused that whether Winter was blind or not blind. I don't know. I just like could not. I just the whole Devil's Night book series. I don't know if it didn't make me uncomfortable, but I was just not feeling it with these books at all. So I did not read Kill Switch. I did not. This is like a statement at this moment. Anyway, so that is all I watched and read for the last 2 weeks. Everything is packed and we're ready to go. I kind of look like an artist today. So yes, let's go.
겨울이 오길 기다리는 아이처럼 내 맘에 널 그려 포근했던 나의 온기 눈을 닮아서 Falling quietly piling up in my heart 우리 아닌 못한 것 fade out 된 것처럼 너와 나의 세상 속에 계절을 보내 첫날 오는 날 만나는 그날 차가운 네 공기조차 날 설레게 On the first snowy day I will melt away Cause I'll be with you 하이처럼 웃는 너의 미소가 바람 비법바야 며칠 보고 싶어 널 안아줄 거야 만나기만 해 그날만을 위해 살아가는 것처럼 너와 나의 세상 속에 겨울을 맞아 첫날 오는 날 만나는 그날 차가운 네 공기조차 날 설레게 On the first snowy day
चलो guys.
I will melt away Cause I'll be with you 미리연을 만나 눈 감고 상상 just you and I Shut and lock all the doors 널 원해 기다려왔어
थैंक यू मुझे अपने ब्लॉग में इंक्लूड करने के लिए मैं धन्य हो गई प्रसन्न हो गई प्रसन्न होने पर आपके सारे थोड़े सब्सक्राइबर को हमारा प्रणाम जी मैं पतली ना आई फिर तू देखी मैं क्या करना है नहीं आ रही हालेलुया ये तो मेरी क्वीन आमीन